Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Yachodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yachodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yamunatira Vanachari. Yamunatira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Yachodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yamunatira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Javam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajakacharya Stottra Sadasri Srimad Ave Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Santaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, chapter 6, the killing of the demon Putana, text 21. Please repeat. Gopyaha samsprishta salila angeshu Karayoho Pratak Nyasya Atmani Ata Balasya Bijanyasam Akurvata Gopya Samsprishta Shalila Angeshu Karayo Pratak Nyasyatmanata Balasya Bijanyasa Akurvata Gopya Samsprishta Salila Angeshu Karayo Pratak Nyasyatmanyata Balasya Bijanyasam Akurvata Gopya Samsprishta Salila Angeshu Karayo Pratak Nyasyatmanyata Balasya Bijanyasam Akurvata Gopya Samsprishta Salila Angeshu Karayo Pratak Nyasyatmanyata Balasya Bijanyasam Akurvata. Mataji. Gopya Samsprishta Salila Angeshu Karayo Pratak Nyasyatmanyata Balasya Bijanyasam Akurvata. Gopyaha, the gopis, Samsprishta Salila, touching a cup of water and drinking. Angeshu, and their bodies. Karayo, on their two hands. Pratak, separately. Nyasya, after placing the letters of the mantra. Atmani, on their own. Ata, then. Balasya, of the child. Bijanyasam, the process of mantra nyasa. Akurvata, executed. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Translation: the gopis first executed the process of achamana, drinking a sip of water from the right hand. They purified their bodies and hands with the nyasa mantra and then applied the same mantra upon the body of the child. Purport. Nyasa mantra includes achamana, or first drinking a sip of water kept in the right hand. There are different Vishnu mantras to purify the body. The gopis, and in fact any householders, knew the process for being purified by chanting Vedic hymns. The gopis executed this process first to purify themselves and then to purify child Krishna. One executes the process of Anganyasa and Karanyasa simply by drinking a little sip of water from chanting the water and chanting the mantra. The mantra is preceded with the first letter of the name, followed by Anuswara and the word Namaha. Namaha just Twangri, Tavangri, Avyat, Mam Namo Manimam Tava Janani Avyat, and so on. By losing Indian culture, Indian householders have forgotten how to execute the Anganyasa and are simply busy in sense gratification without any advanced knowledge of human civilization. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutareshvamate Bhakti Vikasasmani Karami. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutareshvamate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Karami. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunibhadipashati. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Gopya Samsprishta Salila Angeshu Karayo Pratak Nyasya Atmanyathapalasya Dijanyasam Akurvata. The gopis first executed the process of achamana, drinking a sip of water from the right hand. They purified their bodies and hands with the Nyasa mantra and then applied the same mantra upon the body of the child. Hare Krishna. So we continue to hear these wonderful pastimes of Lord Krishna. So Putana came and trying to kill Krishna, but Krishna sucked Putana's live hair with milk, and then Putana couldn't stay in her that beautiful body, but she has to show her Swarupa. Then the body was lying, a very huge body, and then Krishna was playing on her body, and then all the Rajavasis came, and they were previous verse we saw that there were so much anxiety, and then they did not know what to do. Now in this verse we see that they trying to do this purification, doing the achaman and all these things. Previous verse also we saw. Then Krishna Chakravarti Thakur says first they did some rituals to purify without doing achaman because they were in anxiety. They they're just did not know what to do in that moment. Then they realized, oh, we're supposed to do the achaman first. So then they started this achaman, then full ceremony, everything they do. So here Prabhupada is speaking about achaman, which is devotees in our life every day we're supposed to do. We have to learn these things, at least the basic one, which we usually do with the first three mantras Om Keshavaya, Narayana, Madhavaya Namaha. So this 3 times from the Achaman cup, sip the water from your right hand and then chant the mantras. First chant the mantra, then drink the water. So that's the basic thing. Uh, because you see, this human form of life is obtained after long, many janmas, after long time. So in this human form of life, we got opportunity to understand who we are, what is our constitutional position, what we are supposed to do, all these things. So we understand in this human form of life is very rarely obtained, and then this is very valuable uh, uh, life, form of life, and then even though is material body we have, but we can utilize this body, as Prabhupada says, the best use of bad bargain. We can utilize this body to purify ourselves. Uh, we understand we are in the material world, we are contaminated, we have so many samskaras carrying for many births and all these things, but still we can come out of all these, karmic reactions, samskaras, whatever, carried for many lifetimes by engaging purificatory process. So there are so many processes given, and all the process, if you see that chanting holy name of the Lord and worshipping Him, remembering Him, all these things are involved. So this is the best way to purify ourselves. Particularly in this Kali Yuga, holy name is recommended. Chanting holy name is the best way to purify our conscience. So this Achaman, what the gopis are doing is also for that purpose, to purify from the bad elements, from bad influence, the consciousness, if is any contamination is there, it can be purified because the chanting holy name is there, and worshipping the Lord means we have to be very clean, very pure, clean mind. We have to approach the Lord. So we see that pujaris particularly, when they start any service, doing offering to the Lord or doing arati or any other activity, before entering the altar, they have to do this achaman. Of course, everyone can do this. Achaman is good to practice every day, at least this basic thing. But there is a more elaborate Vaishnava Achaman there is much more than these 3 times sipping water by chanting the holy name from Keshavaya, Narayana, Madhavaya Namaha. Then more than that, there is many in Pancharatra Pratipat, the details are given. I'll just go through, so just that if somebody doesn't know, some devotees they know, they practice, but not all of them. But it's good to learn these things, and because it's a very great opportunity to chant more holy name and think of the Lord, and you feel after that you can see that the consciousness is changes. Not just come and immediately in the front of the Lord you just put some plate and then ring the bell, and it makes it different when you do the achaman follow the procedure and see that the Lord is a person and give him asana. The whole procedure is given in Pancharatra Pradip before approaching the Lord, what you have to do. Then when you approach, how you know, present yourself, then how do you, by gesture, you invite the Lord and seat, then all these things are there. Every small thing is detailedly is given. So for all this procedure, first thing we have to learn this achaman. So first you get the panchapatra with clean water and then purify both hands. Then the first with left hand with spoon you take a little water and pour it on the right hand, and then sip the water with the base of the thumb. This place is called Brahma, Brahma Tirtha. From here you have to drink. Not that sometimes we see the devotees from the west, they come and they just in the middle of the palm and just directly they do. They don't know how to do this much. So better to learn. These are very detail is given how to do that. Then Keshavaya Namaha, you chant the mantra when water is in your hand. Look at the water, then chant the mantra, then you sip the water. So like that, then Narayana Namaha, then Madhavaya Namaha. Then both hands you purify by chanting Govindaya Namaha. And Vishnave Namaha. These are mantras the same like which we use for putting tilak. 12 mantras first, 12 mantras are the same. It's repeated. So Govindaya Namaha, then after these 3 steps, then Govindaya Namaha to purify both hands. Then again for purifying left hand, Vishnave Namaha. Then Madhusudanaya Namaha you chant. Then with the right finger, tip of the all fingers, you put on the right cheek of your cheek. Then left side by chanting Trivikramaya Namaha. Then Vamanaya Namaha with the base of your thumb, you wipe on the upper lip, then down by chanting Vamanaya Namaha. Then Sridharaya Namaha, the Vamanaya Namaha upper lip, and then Sridharaya Namaha lower lip. Then Rishikeshaya Namaha, by chanting this mantra, again both hands you purify, because you're touching the lip, again you have to purify it. Then Om Padmanabhaya Namaha, sprinkle water on your feet. Of course, before doing all this achaman, first thing I didn't say that you have to have asana, sit properly, in lotus posture, and then you do this. If there is no asana, then kneel on your right knee, and then left foot should be, placed on the floor. Then you can do this. So then after purifying this both hands, then pour the water from the Panchapatra little bit on your feet by chanting Om Padmanabhaya Namaha. Then Dhamodraya Namaha. By chanting this mantra, you put little water on your head, after the feet, on the head. Then after that, Om Vasudevaya Namaha. By chanting this mantra, then upper and lower lips together you put, then your fingers, tip of your right hand fingers, you keep on it. Then Shankarshanaya Namaha, with your right nostril, then the forefinger, this 2 finger, you touch like this. Then Pradyumnaya Namaha, left side. First right side, then left side. Then Aniruddhaya Namaha by chanting the right thumb and the ring finger to hold like this, touch your eyes, but don't pierce your eyes with your fingers. Just touch like this. First right side, then left side. Left side Purushottamaya Namaha, Aniruddhaya Namaha, right side. Then Adokshajaya Namaha, touch the ear again with the forefinger and thumb. Adokshajaya Namaha, Nisimhaya Namaha for left side. Then Achyutaya Namaha, again the thumb and the little finger touch navel. Then Janardhanaya Namaha, the palm of your right hand touch on the where the heart and the your chest. Then Upendraya Namaha, touch your head with all fingers like this on the top of your head. Then Haraye Namaha on right arm here with left arm with your right fingers. Then Krishnaya Namaha, last one, then left side. Then chanting all these mantras and doing all these things. Then in the end you chant the mantra Om Tat Vishnu Paramam Padam Sada Pashyanti Shuraya, this verse. So this is how you do the Achaman, full Achaman. This is called Vaishnava Achaman. The pujaris must do this compulsory, Okay, if morning you do once before, entering the altar, then not that every time you have to do. But at least, in the morning, then whenever you take bath, again come for service later, then again you do that. And in the house also, householders, every day, at least once in a day, is good to, do this. And it's as I said before, again another 10 plus 11, 23, 12 plus 11, 23 names. You can remember the Lord's name, and it purifies our conscious, is set up our mind, any devotional activity we do. Some devotees I saw that even before start reading the books also, they at least do little achaman first before touching the book. And so it's all may look, what is this? It's not needed or something. Sometimes devotees are little giving so many different comments on it, that if you do it, then you see it's really it helps to fix your mind and that particular service, and your consciousness gets, because these are recommended process how to purify oneself, whole body and everything is immediately you remember all this purification we are doing because we are going to engage in the service of the Lord. So we have to be clean, we have to be purified, we have to wear clean cloth. All these things, this helps us. So therefore, in the Varnashrama system and the Vedic lifestyle, all kinds of different purificatory ceremonies were given. It's called samskaras. So these samskaras, of course, there are sometimes Prabhupada says that 10 samskaras, sometimes 16. There are different, I think, level also there. And I think Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says one place, there are 42 samskaras. So these samskaras are all meant to purify our life. So, especially, Srila Prabhupada mentions this um, Garbhadana Samskara many times, hundreds and hundreds of times in his lectures and books. Is mentioned because uh, that is the system according to Varnashram, according to the Vedic style, lifestyle is following this purificatory process. So if somebody wants to get good child, uh, if father and mother coming together, having sex, before that they have to chant holy name, proper say for devotees, 50 rounds of Hare Krishna mantra before they are engaging to beget children. They have chant. So the immediately you can see, after chanting 50 rounds, definitely, the conscious will be very spiritually, so charged. And if husband and wife, if they are like that, then Srila Prabhupada says that the Garbhadana Samskara means there is a ceremony when the father goes to beget child before the sex. There must be a ceremony. It is not secret thing. So previously everybody knows when marriage happen, then again they will approach uh, the yeah, Parogita or this astrologer. They will approach. They will ask to find some good muhurta time for uniting the newly married couple, and they will fix the date, the time, everything, and they will arrange it. This is a big ceremony. It's a spiritual ceremony. It's not just some, for sense gratification. Uh, the very culture is not seen as something, nowadays if you speak this to the modern people, they will think, what is this, all this nonsense? And they'll just mock at you. But actually, if you see, whole system is, is centered around the Supreme Lord. Why you are getting child? Why you are getting married at all? To get a child. Why you want to get child? The child is, um, of course, the family will, expand, and uh, the child will help you to, get out of this hellish condition. If any, sinful reaction is there, uh, it's called putra. Uh, he relieves you from the hellish life. So, and it's good to have a good progeny for the society. So Srila Prabhupada says that the mentality uh, of the father and mother when they unite is affects the child which is born out of their sex. Uh, the the child's mind will be similar to the father mother when they are uniting in their conscious. According to that conscious, the child's mind will be there. Srila Prabhupada very simply explained that how, like, for example, if the father and mother, if they are in, in fair color, very, white, and then naturally the child is, obviously you expect the similar color. And if father and mother are darkish color, then the child also darkish color. So similarly, the mind set also is similarly is affects. So that was the system, particularly Brahminical society is very important thing to follow, because unless the Brahmanas continue to exist in the society, then like now we all experience it. And there is no Brahmanas, and there is no guidance for the rest of the society. And because of that, completely chaos, so much mess. The Sudras come to the position of ruling, administrative position, and then whole society is mess. Now most of these politicians are Sudras, so they are not at all Kshatriyas. They are all not at all in the, protecting the society. They are all, in the mood of exploiting the society. We all experience all over the world. It's not only in Tamil Nadu, not only in India, everywhere. All over the world is like that. Why? Because all these things are not followed. The system is very systematically is given. How, even whatever your condition may be, this Krishna says, even if you are Vaishya, Sudra, even if you are woman, even according to the Vedic system, even if you are low birth, considered as a low birth, still Param Katim can attain the highest destination, because the process is given for everybody like that. So, and particularly Brahmanas should follow this thing. And Prabhupada so many times says that this Krishna conscious movement is to create the Brahmanas. Brahmana means not that so-called Brahmanas today moving around with the 2 rupees, thread, around their body. It's not that kind of Brahmana. By birth, claiming, I'm Brahmana. Prabhupada means, when he says we want to create a Brahmana, means to head the society, to become real devotee of Krishna. So you can become higher than this Brahmana. So in that way, we can guide the society. They can be very good people. And if they become devotee, if they get the children, and then those children will be the very good progeny for the society. And then all society is filled up with very good Krishna conscious children, then there is no problem. Then this world can become like Vaikuntha. That's the whole idea. So, but unfortunately, Prabhupada say in this age, in Kali Yuga, everyone is Sudra because they don't follow it. Not only outside India, but India also. Because this Garbhadana Samskara is not observed. Children are getting birth like cats and dogs. So where is the Brahmana? No, that cannot be. This is what Prabhupada says. And we see really, practically, everyone is actually lower than Sudras now. If you see in the Vedic time, the Sudras had much more, higher quality, and they were much advanced than today people. They had much more good qualities. So, right from before one takes birth, the samskara starts. And then after taking birth, then jata karma, we saw the previous chapters, Nanda Maharaj is so much, performed this ceremony. And also these ceremonies, all these rituals, samskaras, this helps to renounce, not to attach to these material goals, material things. Because in these ceremonies, whenever you perform these samskaras, you have to give some charities to the brahmanas, to the devotees. You know. Then, in that way, you think that this is not meant for me. This is meant for the service of the Lord, service of the brahmanas. So then, in that way, like Nanda Maharaj, we saw the previous chapters, that given, so much charity, particularly to brahmanas, so much. So in that way, you are not attached to these material things. Nowadays, people, they don't know all these things, and then they just accumulate, and then one day they die. And then the children of the family, they fight each other, and they kill each other, or they go to some court case, and the whole life they waste in that way. Then again, that money is not used. There's so many family like that, we see. And then also after the Jata Karma, then Nama Karana, then Chuta Karana, like this. There are so many. Every small thing, there is a ceremony. If you want to give name, then there is ceremony. The feeding first grain, food, there is ceremony. The shaving head, the ceremony. Every ceremony, every samskara, there is chanting of the holy name is there, worshipping of the Lord is there, remembering the Lord is there, and giving charity is there. All of these items helps us, to purify our existence in this material world. So, if you don't follow it, then it's very difficult to get good children. And we see practically when some of our devotees, they wanted to bring up their children very nicely. But, unfortunately, those children, especially before they come to Krishna consciousness, and it's very difficult to bring them to, in proper path. Because their conscience were not good when they were getting the child. And sometimes, they, even if they bring to the Gurukul, they immediately they expect, first day my son will be some great Sanskrit Pandit, or, become very great sannyasi and big guru, and all these expectations is there. But it doesn't happen like that suddenly, you bring it to the Gurukul or send it to the Brahmacharya ashram, and, in 1 month he becomes some great preacher. It doesn't happen. It all depends on so many things. Particularly the parents, conscious when they were getting the child. Is very much Prabhupada very clearly says. This affects. So, now what's happening in the society, everywhere, especially in India now, all these things like shaving head, wearing shika, wearing tilak, wearing Vaishnava dress, all these things, purposefully, all these karmis and atheistic people, by, very systematically they plan, and they purposefully, they made in such a way, all these things become kind of material for, for mocking, for teasing. If anybody wear tilak, in Tamil they say, Nama போட்டுட்டு வந்துட்டான். Immediately they tease or mock at you. Whichever is very great thing in the society, whichever helps the society to come up from their condition. Now, all of these things, if anybody goes to the Rotary Club meeting with Panchakacha, you know, you think they will be, very nice. Thank you for coming with our, cultural attire, and it's very nice. They will appreciate. No, they will mock at you. Of course, we don't recommend to go to the Rotary Club meeting or Lions Club meeting or whatever. It's all nonsense there. Better come to the temple, attend the satsanga. Definitely devotees will appreciate. So any of these things, all, whole society is made like that. If we chant Govinda name, now they think that Govinda means something, cheating or, taking away from you. But previously, even now, if you go to Tirupati, chanting Govinda name is so auspicious. Everybody chants there. And you wait for the darshan in the queue, is everybody chanting. That was our culture. Everybody was doing. Now, if anybody cheats your money, then, Govinda, gone your money. That's it. You see how they interpret everything. Is purposely done. Purposely done. Because if you do all these things, wearing tilak, having shaved head with chika, manchakacha, and all these things, if you do, then you will remain as an intelligent person. You will remain, not cheated by these so-called leaders of this so-called society. You will remain as a servant of the Lord, and you will take shelter of the Lord only. You will not take shelter of all these politicians and the so-called leaders. So purposely, they do all these things. These are such a demoniac people. Everything they twist. Look at Narada Muni, how they show in the movies, in the media. They show as like some comedian, some person who is always coming between two people and, make them to quarrel, fight, like that. Of course, there is some fight is there, in some truth is there, Narada does sometimes, but it's not that the main thing. He is such a great rishi. So similarly, there's so many things are there, and without understanding, sometimes even devotees, Krishna conscious practicing people also affected by all this society. They also try to hide wearing tilak, not to having chika. If try your best to do, if you really, like you are working some in multinational company, if they are not really allowing you, okay, then what to do. But sometimes we see, the devotees, to wear dhoti even in the temple is, they think this is, what to do. I have to go for a job, I have to go out, this, that, So many reasons they say. Even to coming to temple. Of course, here in Salem, we are very happy that, you remember this, what that name of proper disciple, Bhakti Madhurya Govinda, something, Maharaj. Once he told, when we had our old temple down, once he gave a class on the full temple room, devotees were sitting. And after the class, happily he announced that this is the first temple in my experience, so many years in Krishna consciousness. I went all over the world, so many places. This is the first temple I see. Even the small children, including everybody, wears Vaishnava dress. Not even one person in Karmi dress here. He was so happy. He was really saying, 2-3 times he was repeating even after that. He said in Delhi there is no way. He is mainly based, that time he was based in Delhi. Temple, in Delhi, Bombay, there is no way to see devotees like that. Very few devotees come in Vaishnava dress. So, my point is, even devotees is getting affected by all these things. Like distributing prasadam, they don't want to say this is prasadam. They don't want to chant Hare Krishna. I remember one of our devotee from Russia, he told an incident. So crazy, if you hear this, What happened, devotees, they don't want to show to the public they are devotees. But they want to distribute prasadam. So they were coming in Karmi dress and distributing prasadam. So people were coming and taking, prasadam and going like that. Then after some time, these people started to comment. What they were commenting, they say, you see these people, this group of people, they come and distribute this food every day, but they collect in the name of food distributor, they collect money from other people, rich people, and they collect so much money and they cook very nicely all meats, the non-veg items, and they eat and they give us only vegetables. So, you see, the karmis, they don't understand what means prasadam. Unless, even if you explain, it's very difficult for them to understand what is prasadam. In Russia, what do you expect? Somebody is, giving free something, that means they think that which are the cheap and, low class thing. For them, eating meat is the high class thing. So these people are collecting money, eating all high class food, all meat, and they give us only vegetables, some grains and vegetables. Because the devotees, they wanted to hide, and they don't want to chant Krishna's name. And now you see what is the reaction for it. This is what will happen. Even here in India, people, they don't want to say it's prasadam, even though everybody knows it comes from the temple. And then in one state, government started to push, you have to distribute eggs because children are not healthy enough. You see? Then what you do? Unless you tell them openly, it is prasadam, is offered to the Lord. We, cook only pure vegetarian and offer to the Lord. If you, from beginning, if you do that, then they won't ask you to distribute eggs. They know what you are doing. But if you want to hide, then this happens. Then they ask, why you only giving food? Give something else also. And then one temple, they distributed the slippers, chappals for the school children. All these kind of things happens if you don't follow. So the point is here, the whole thing is, the process is given to purify our existence. First purify ourselves, then help others Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Bharata Bhumite Haila Manasa Janma Janma Sartaka Kare Kara Paropaka. This birth in this Bharata Bhumi means it's very, very pious uh, birth. And we should utilize properly to purify ourselves by following all these uh, samskaras, the purifying methods, and then we can help others in that way. When we become pure, then others also, uh, we can help them to become purified. And this is the way how to please our Guru Krishna. Unless you do that, and there is no progress in our Krishna consciousness. It's not just automatically you come in to walk into the ISKCON complex and then immediately oh, now I'm in ISKCON, everything is okay. Not like that. Or I'm in ashram, or I'm in Gurukul, immediately you dream some big thing, big sannyasi, big preacher, big Sanskrit pandit. It won't happen. Boy is not at all interested to learn any Sanskrit. He's sleeping in the class. And then parents are expecting, oh, my son wants to become. Doesn't happen like that. So, better, devotees, at least when they learn these things, when they come to know, then, follow all this. Then you get good progeny, then the children will follow, they will respect you, and then they will, also accept Guru, then worship Krishna. Then ultimately, everybody will be benefited by that. Otherwise, it's just, as Prabhupada said, just like cats and dogs, whole society will be completely chaos. You can't expect peaceful gathering with, whole group of dogs. You can't expect. Bring on room, like 20, 30 dogs together. Definitely there is no peace. So that's what's happening today. So this Krishna conscious process, particularly now, we are Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's, followers, and particularly chanting holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, is the best process, particularly recommended for this process, for this age. And we all experience it. It works. It's a very powerful process. Srila Prabhupada started this movement just some 50 years back, and now all over the world, so many thousands of devotees chanting this holy name. And if everybody is sincerely, seriously do this process and practice, then this will expand much more. Even 1% of whole population become devotee. That's great thing. This will change so much whole society. Otherwise, it's very difficult. These demoniac people will keep on increasing, and then they will bring more and more difficult to follow all this process. There will be more difficulties. So better we, preach more seriously, sincerely, and then make everyone devotee. Before they preach to us, better we preach to them. And they will be benefited, we will be benefited. Hare Krishna. So I stop here. Is there anything? Do you have any comment or question? Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah, that's what I say, that immediately you can't just get into the compound of the ISKCON and immediately you expect, unless you really follow the process, unless really serious and sincere, it doesn't happen. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Previously, the Sudras were like now, even you can't compare with the today Brahmanas. They are much elevated. The Brahmanas are not even to that Sudras rank, That much quality is not there. It's very bad. Yeah, yeah, yes. Yeah, that's another samskara. Before begetting children, we got to get married. Yes. Yeah, now there's so many devotees also. They don't want be any ashram. They want to create their own new ashram. Maharaj commented like that. Yeah. They don't want to brahmachari. They don't want to be grahastha, and they want to be, in between. How you call? Where is the ashram for that? There is no ashram like that. They don't want to take responsibility of family life, and also they don't want to commit to serve in the ashram as a brahmachari. They want to be free bird, just simply just doesn't want to surrender. That's it. You can see those kind of devotees not really serious. They don't take it anything seriously. You can't create your own ashram like that. You know. Nothing is like that. Hare Krishna. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.